Right, let me run down the two lineups. First of all, Tottenham, their goalkeeper is Loris. Their defence is Walker, Cafu, Dawson and Norton. Then we've got Paulinho, Dembele and Sandro. And then Lennon and Chadley either side of Soldado. Liverpool's goalkeeper is Mignolet. Their back four from right to left, Johnson, Skirtle, Sacco and Flanagan. Tiger is still on the bench. Then we've got Lucas and Allen, so Gerrard today. Henderson, Coutinho and Sterling. And finally Suarez. And, you know, we talked earlier about his goal record, but it's over a long period of time. 29 goals, David, in 29 club games, Luis Suarez.
Well, he's an exceptionally talented player, and of course if he gets one-on-one, he's got that ability to turn and beat people. Some forwards, of course, rely purely on supply. They have to get their chances laid onto them, but Suarez can make chances for himself, and that's what makes him such a valuable front player, because he literally can play up on his own, and he doesn't have to worry about the runs of his fellow partner. He decides where he wants to go, when he wants to go.
And I think it's a good piece of psychology employed by Brendan Rodgers today. In the absence of Gerrard, he's made Suarez skipper. I mean, I know there are natural leaders on the pitch anyway, David, whether they're wearing an armband or not. But for Suarez, that's quite a boost.
Yes, I think it's definitely a psychological boost for him, and I think it's meant to give him that extra lift, that extra responsibility, and of course, with the armband, he has to be on his very, very best behaviour at all times. Can you imagine if one of his other colleagues gets into trouble, he has to go and plead with the referee?
Liverpool all in red, get the game underway. They're defending the goal to our right, behind which the Liverpool away supporters are gathered. Mignolet under immediate pressure by Soldado, but manages to get the ball away to Skirtle on the far side of the field. Tottenham in their white shirts and dark blue shorts and dark blue socks. Now Mignolet again, obviously feeling the pressure. They continually play the ball back to his feet, and he doesn't like it, and he just kicked it into the crowd.
Very interesting. He's a fine goalkeeper. He's a great shot stopper. He has a reputation for not being the best of kickers. Soldado's gone straight to him to try and put him under pressure, and the second time he kicked the ball, he made a bit of a mess of it.
Well, the crazy thing for me watching when I've seen Liverpool of late is that they're trying to play him as if he's Eddie Rayner.
You don't think it's strange, Alan, that from the kick-offs they pass it all the way back to their own goalkeeper?
Crazy. Free kick to Liverpool, taken by Skirtle up towards Suarez, goes beyond the Uruguayan into the Tottenham penalty. Suarez plays it in, Coutinho had a chance there, but he scuffed the shot, and it's an easy save by Loris, the Spurs goalkeeper.
Well, he hit it a little bit hurriedly, actually. When the ball came back in, it was a mistake. Cafu didn't head the ball cleanly enough. Didn't get enough height and distance behind it. He had half a chance. He did have time, but he didn't realise he had time.
Here's Skirtle, defending well. Finds Lucas clears it, but it's corrected by Tottenham. A shot driven in by Paulinho, hits the defender, and ricochets out of play in the near side of the field for a throw in to Tottenham. Tottenham and England right back for the moment. Walker takes the throw in. Of course, his great rivals on the far side of the pitch, Glenn Johnson. Be interesting to see which one Roy Hodgson goes with. I'd expect Roy Hodgson to be here today. Anyway, Tottenham put under pressure there. Sandro caught the possession, and then Sandro must have committed an infringement. I didn't see what it was, but John Moss, the referee, has awarded Liverpool a free kick.
Yeah, he was right on the spot, John Moss. Should be too difficult a game to referee today. Lucas and Allen will be very competitive in the centre of the midfield for Liverpool, and of course Sandro also, he likes a good challenge, but I don't think there's any players that you could consider or call intimidating players, or players that are going to obviously get the referee's annoyance.
Skirtle to Sterling on the far side of the field. Sterling just inside his own half. Plays it back, and here's Lucas declining to give the ball back to Mignolet. It goes to Sacco, and then on to Flanagan, the young left back. Flanagan slips inside of Aaron Levin. Back to Sacco, still preferred to Daniel Agger. Agger missed last weekend's game because of illness. You can only assume he's, quote, feeling okay again because he's on the bench. Here's Skirtle, up over the halfway line on the far side of the field. The Liverpool right in the first half. Our commentary position here, our new commentary position to me, at White Hart Lane, is very low down in the press box. And means that, frankly, the other side, the far side of each penalty area, if there's a tackle or a foul tackle, we're not going to know whether it's inside or outside the penalty area. Another free kick awarded by John Moss for a challenge on Coutinho, and the ball reluctantly given back by Paulinho. Skirtle taps the free kick to his left to Lucas, and on to Sacco, and Sacco turned back towards his goalkeeper, changed his mind, gave it to Lucas. Sacco takes it up again. Sacco runs forward, loses the ball. It was the foul. Brendan Rodgers wanted a free kick. He was wrong to thought he would get one, but that's not a good ball by Paulinho. Far too far ahead of Aaron Lennon, and it's out of play for Liverpool throwing. 4 minutes gone here on 5 Live. Spurs 0, Liverpool 0. Earlier in the Barclays Premier League, Aston Villa 0, Manchester United 3, and Norwich 1, Swansea 1. Wigan lead Bolton 2-0 in the Championship. Tottenham have the ball with Lennon. Lennon takes it through the legs of a Liverpool player. Lennon takes it up again inside the penalty area. Henderson's there though, and Henderson runs it away. He's got Coutinho down the left flank. That's a good ball by Henderson to the young Brazilian, and he streaks it in towards Suarez, but Suarez beaten by Dembele. Dembele inside the centre circle. And now to Norton. Back to the Tottenham captain, Dawson. Dawson to Capoue, the French defender. I think he's really a fullback, isn't he? He played much in France as a central defender as well. He's a talented player who's going to have struggled to get in the midfield here, when Paulinho and Sandro and Dembele are at their best, of course. Here's Paulinho playing the ball to Lennon. Lennon wins a throw in off Coutinho. It's midway inside the Liverpool half. You're listening to 5 Live at the BBC. Tonight, don't forget, from 7:30, it's the 60th edition of the BBC Sports Personality of the Year, live from Leeds. John Inverdale will be hosting the 5 Live coverage. Tottenham had the ball on the far side. Chadley plays it back to the halfway line. Now it's to Dawson. Dawson under pressure from Suarez, but Tottenham keep the ball well. Now it's Sandro inside the centre circle to Walker. Back to Capoue. Capoue shoots it forward, and Tottenham build, and they move inside the Liverpool half. Good strong run forward. The pass into the penalty couldn't be picked up by the Tottenham player. Now it's shot driven in by Paulinho up over the crossbar. Goal kick for Liverpool. Brisk play by Tottenham. That Chadley coming in from the left-hand side, making an extra man in midfield, playing it across field, and there was almost a chance of a good opposite goal there, but Paulinho hurried his shot on the half turn, and it was way over the bar. Absolutely packed to the rafters, White Hart Lane today. Great atmosphere, terrific following from Liverpool, and some super noise coming from that end to our right. Liverpool goalkeeper Mignolet took a goal kick short to Sacco. Sacco immediately put him under pressure again, and it was almost a mistake by Mignolet. I don't get this. This must be under
you'll learn as you go along.
Well, it was a knee of him, Mignolet. I'm not sure he feels at all comfortable with the ball played to his feet. Tottenham have it on the far side of the field, and it's with Soldado. Heavy challenge goes in on Soldado, and there's a free kick, is there?
Yeah, challenge by Skirtle, I think it was, over on that far side. And interestingly enough, Skirtle, I think it was a couple of seasons ago, had a really bad time here when a certain Gareth Bale raced down the left-hand side and absolutely destroyed Liverpool's right flank. I think Tottenham finished 4-0 winners. I think it was last season. I think it was the season before. But interesting now. Anyway, no Bale, but another group of players to represent the club, and a free kick in a good position for Tottenham.
We'll be going to Wigan for news of a goal in just a minute, but this free kick for Tottenham threatening the Liverpool defence. Walker has gone across to the left side to take it for Tottenham. Right-footed, in-swinging towards the far post. There was certainly a tug on the shirt there. That should have been seen by the assessor. I'm not sure what view John Moss would have had, but there's far too much shirt pulling these days.
Well, it was ammunition. Flanagan was definitely holding the shirt of Paulinho on the very back post there. If we'd have had another official behind the goal line, which I know you like.
They're just there to fashion outfits, that's all they do. Anyway, goal at Wigan, Alistair Yeomans.
And Bolton back in this derby. Wigan 2, Bolton 1 early in the second half. Wigan had several chances to clear a free kick in the corner. They couldn't. Neil Dan's on there from Leicester, connected with a stooping header. Wigan 2, Bolton 1.
The reason for the extra assistance, of course, is because Michel Platini doesn't want to use technology. And he thinks if he has goal line assistance, that solves the problem.
Well, it keeps them involved. but more importantly, in the Swansea St Gallen game this week,
Don't tell me somebody did actually make a decision.
they did, Alan. They got off their armchair and they made a decision.
Here it's Spurs 0, Liverpool 0. We played nearly 9 minutes in the first half. Ball played high into the Tottenham half, well defended by Capu and by Walker, and it was back to Loris, the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Liverpool's shape is that Alan is sitting, Lucas Leiva is sitting as the deepest one, almost 4 across the middle, Sterling, Leiva, and Coutinho is on the left-hand side and Sterling is on the right, which leaves Suarez as the lone front man. Henderson is playing more central, and I thought he would start the game.
Ball played hurriedly forward by Tottenham as we welcome listeners to the BBC World Service. Welcome to a surprisingly mild White Hart Lane this December afternoon. It's dark, it was raining earlier. Thank heavens the rain has relented now. But it's almost Mediterranean, David.
It's certainly not...
no, it's not.
It's pleasant.
It's pleasant. Perfectly nice. Unlike Munich the other night when I saw the Manchester City Bayern game, it's freezing. Here's Lucas, the Brazilian, for Liverpool, to Henderson. Flanagan's available down the left side, and Henderson picks him out with a good pass. The fullback quickly onto the ball, trying to step inside of Walker. Walker too strong, and Flanagan fouled Walker, trying to keep the ball. Free kick Tottenham.
Interesting selection, Flanagan playing on the left-hand side. He's a right-footed player. I'm told he's a very good professional, a very good steady defender. I saw him play in a youth match here, Alan, a few years ago, and Townsend really gave him a hard time. He's done very well because he's risen above the challenge of Wisdom, who's now on loan at Derby. Certainly Robinson, who's at Blackpool, and I noticed Kelly is one of the subs today. So Flanagan's done very well. He's imposed himself on the Liverpool management.
Well, Kelly's just come back from injury. Enrique, who probably would be left back, is injured and will be out for quite a while, which gives Flanagan the opportunity. His goalkeeper Mignolet has the ball, and he plays it long this time, straight onto the forehead of Walker, whose header finds Sacco. Sacco to Flanagan. Flanagan to Suarez. Back now to Henderson. Henderson into the way towards the far side, towards Sterling. Sterling's speed gets him to the ball, close to the corner flag. Takes on the full back, he's fouled, and it's a free kick to Liverpool.
Yeah, great crossfield ball that by Henderson. Sterling managed to catch that ball, and it was good play by him, and he attacked Norton. He won the free kick easily. It was a rather silly challenge, and another yard further in, Alan, we would have had a penalty.
That we wouldn't have known, because we can't see that side of the penalty area from this low position. The free kick to Liverpool from their right, a few yards outside the box, we think. Coutinho's going to take it, and Coutinho waits. Curtle's on the far post, close to Suarez. Loris must be concerned. Coutinho waits, and the whistle's blown, and now he's finally going to take this free kick. Sweeps it in low right, but it was a poor one. Allen then sweeps it high. He appeals for handball. It would have been impossible to get that. And Tottenham cleared upfield.
Yeah, Loris punched there amongst the cluster of bodies and hit it long downfield because everyone from Tottenham were back. So Simon Mignolet comes out of his goal and kicks it straight back down the middle. Tottenham win the ball.
And then Dembele gives it away. Coutinho to Sterling. And on to Allen on the far side of the field. Allen goes into the near post, ran a long way, and then the shot from Sterling was hurried, left-footed, high and wide.
Well, Liverpool look quite dangerous there. Could well use Sterling to good effect in that wide position. He will be trying to get the ascendancy over the Tottenham left-back.
It is an unexpected lineup for Liverpool tactically, 4-1-4-1.
Well, yes, I think there's no doubt about it. Leiva is sitting right in front of the two centre-backs, almost as a third centre-back, but shielding in front. And then you have Henderson in the central. Allen is a slightly deeper. Allen, who, prompts a lot of attacks. And I think it'll be very important in midfield. You've got Sandro, Paulinho and Dembele. Who's going to win that area, that important middle third of the field, where Liverpool have Henderson and Allen in that area with Leiva as the sitting.
Liverpool free kick for a push by Paulinho on this man, Lucas. And now it's with Glenn Johnson on the far side, Liverpool right, to Lucas. Coutinho, quite deep. He runs forward, stabs it to Suarez. Suarez hooks it on. I don't know how. That was cleared there by Dawson, but it was. I thought he was waving his arms at the ball. The play continues. Tottenham have it on the far side of the field with Paulinho, who's tackled and loses it to Sterling, but Sterling was pulled back, and that's a free kick to Liverpool. Norton, the guilty party.
Good start by Sterling on the right, looks dangerous. And indeed, Chadley has shown one or two enterprising movements from that left-hand touchline too for Tottenham.
The referee having a word with Dawson. It was rather obvious in committing that foul on Sterling.
Yes, he held him. It was one of those challenges is premeditated.
14 minutes played, Spurs 0, Liverpool 0. I remember Liverpool in 5th position after the results yesterday, Tottenham back in 7th, 3 points behind Liverpool. Here's Flanagan to Henderson. Henderson shoots it back to Skirtle. Skirtle on now to Allen. Allen to Johnson on the far side, 15 yards inside the Tottenham half. To Sterling, back to Johnson. And he's immediately put under pressure. He almost lost the ball, but it squirted back into Liverpool's possession with Lucas. Now Saka over the halfway line. Drives the ball forward, continue chases after it. Walker quite cleverly just sort of muscled about a bit. There's a try for Alistair Eakin at Gloucester Edinburgh in the Heineken Cup.
It's gone the way of Edinburgh, who are now leading Gloucester by 16 points to 10. Their first try coming from Ben Atige. Gloucester's defence very poor in the build-up. Freddie Burns had earlier put the home side in front by a point, by 10 points to 9, but they've been very inconsistent today. Gloucester 10, Edinburgh 16 with 26 minutes left to play.
Caught possession of ball, play forward by Coutinho to Suarez. Now it breaks to Henderson inside the Tottenham penalty area. Henderson back to Suarez. Suarez was fouled there. They shoots forwards, and it took a deflection that's gone behind for a corner with Loris feet.
Suarez recovered wonderfully well there. It looked as though he may have been fouled. He let the ball run across his body. Very clever play. And as he lay on the ground, he just pulled his right foot from behind him, and it almost squirted up above Loris in the goal. They got a corner as a result of it. Clever play by Suarez. All came as a result of Dawson playing a rather stupid pass out to the left-hand side and then not giving a nice space to get the return pass.
Liverpool corner from the left, played by Lucas. Low, deliberately to Suarez. Wide to Lucas again. He almost let the ball run under his right foot. He recovered though. Plays it back to Flanagan. And Flanagan on to Johnson. Lots of red shirts in attacking position. Played in towards Suarez. Headed behind by Walker for another Liverpool corner.
Liverpool the better team at the moment, having a nice spell of attacking. Henderson spreading the ball from that centre position. Coutinho looking sharp, and of course Suarez a threat.
16 minutes played. 0-0 here at White Hart Lane on 5 Live in the World Service on the BBC. Lucas with a second corner in quick succession from the left. Played in right-footed, deep. Sacco falls over. He wasn't fouled. Ball breaks to Sterling. Sterling past the defender, pulls it low in. Loris puts it behind for another Liverpool corner.
And Liverpool anxious to get to the byline at every opportunity on that side. And just a little question mark now about the ability of Norton to get in touch in these early seconds with Sterling on that right-hand side.
Adam's going to take this corner. It's a long way over there. Coutinho plays it in towards Skirtle. Headed away well by Tottenham. And Johnson now widely overhits that pass to the right side. Excited play for a throw. Oh, it's coming off the corner flag, did it? That's still in play amazingly.
Yeah, players have to be shocked those times. That looked as though Johnson's rather acrobatic right foot volley there has squirted miles out of play. Hit the, would you believe it, another corner from Johnson's acrobatic kick.
Coutinho plays it poorly. Headed away by Tottenham, but the pressure still being applied by Liverpool. Coutinho again, cutting in from the right side. Edge of the penalty area. Plays it to Sterling. Sterling, low ball into the 6-yard box, saved by Loris.
Well, Sterling is causing problems to Spurs. Somebody will have to get a grip with. Chadley will have to double back a little bit and try and prevent that ball in the first place getting to Sterling's feet, because he's getting into great positions. Loris grabs that ball, gives Tottenham a breather. Tottenham able to get up the field.
5 Live in the World Service, bringing you Tottenham 0, Liverpool 0. During the week, 5 Live football commentary on Tuesday night, Capital One Cup quarter-final. The commentary on 5 Live is Leicester against Manchester City. The other game, Sunderland Chelsea, will be on 5 Live Sports Extra. Then on Wednesday night, I'll be bringing you Stoke against Manchester United on 5 Live. Spurs here against West Ham will feature commentary on 5 Live Sports Extra. Suarez, good ball forward to Henderson. Right intercepted. Suarez picks it up again in the defender. 1-0 Liverpool. Luis Suarez again. A 16th goal of the campaign. You cannot stop this Uruguayan. That was fabulous.
Doesn't look good for England, does it? Terrific take by Suarez, and Liverpool playing so well in those 2 moments that were leading up to it. Very bright on the right, very sharp, the ball played there. Dawson tried to intercept. Suarez picks the ball up, walks past Walker, absolutely, and really stands Loris up as he rolls the ball into that corner. So it's a brilliant goal. Absolutely
It was
brilliant.
his pass, Suarez's pass, that created the half chance for Henderson in the first place. Then the chance seemed to have gone, but Suarez hadn't given up. He fell through, and it was such a brilliant finish, having skinned the defender.
World class. Absolutely world class. Anticipation, calm, strength to get through. So clever.
7 goals in 2 and a bit games from Luis Suarez. And Sturridge is absent with injury. Liverpool carry a great attacking threat. Only Manchester City have scored more goals in the Premier League this season than Liverpool. Throw in on the far side to Tottenham, who began quite brightly, but over the last 10 or 15 minutes, it's been all Liverpool. Throw in on the far side to Spurs, and it's back with Dembele to Walker. Walker has been crashed by Coutinho, plays it to the right side, near side of White Hart Lane as we sit. Lennon feeds it on, but Coutinho falls over, and Liverpool clear. Coutinho forward to Suarez. Suarez with Abu alongside him. Suarez beats him easily. Is it over the line? It's over the line.
Yeah, the linesman's flag throwing. Yeah, the linesman's flag was raised. It was a good ball. I think it was Sacco that played that ball out that swept Suarez racing. He looked very quick. He looked very determined.
One news from Wigan, Alistair Yeomans.
A penalty for Bolton. They conceded one in the first half. Andre Moritz, who was signed from Crystal Palace in the summer, has the chance to equalise. Boyce, a high foot on Lee. Moritz runs up in the pouring rain at Wigan and puts the ball past Scott Carson, and Bolton from 2-0 down have equalised. It's Wigan 2, Bolton 2.
Here comes Tottenham. That was a mistake by Lucas. Tottenham on the ball just to the left of the Liverpool penalty area. Can't get the cross in. Now they play it in deep for Lennon. Lennon swung his right foot at the ball, hoping to follow it forward. Didn't make contact.
Brilliant play by Chadley there. Also getting to the byline on the left-hand side. Very much a right-footed player. He went on the outside there of Johnson. Pulled it back well, but just beyond Lennon on the far post. It's a Liverpool counter. It's very good.
Game.
It's fast. It's fast.
And here's Sterling, who started really well for Liverpool, down their right side. Sterling taking on Norton once more. This time he's tackled successfully, and the ball breaks up the top, and they can run it towards the halfway line. Here's Chadley. Chadley tackle, loses it to Sterling. Suarez is through. Suarez is onside. Suarez for 2-0. Plays it past the goalkeeper, and then what did he do? He's going behind for a corner. He handled the ball. He knew it was behind. It was a corner.
Yeah.
Could have been 2-0.
Loris came quickly. He beat the offside trap. Not that it was an offside trap. It was just a subtle run off the shoulder of the Tottenham central defence into the space, and could easily have been a second goal. He's making it hard for Etienne Capoue. As you said earlier on, he hasn't played regular centre-back this season. He's been in and out of the team as a midfielder early on. He had injury.
Coutinho plays the ball in towards the near post. Headed away by Spurs. Right back by Lucas. Skirtle swings it into the penalty area. Once more it's cleared by Tottenham. Then Johnson knocks it back. Suarez is there. Loris has to be careful. Suarez jumps for the ball as well, but the French keeper has it.
I always think that Tottenham missed the influence of Vertonghen. I think he's such a fine player, and he balances Dawson as a left-footed player. Dawson, of course, a right-footed player. At the moment, Liverpool have got their tails up and they continue on top of the game.
Here's Sterling. Looking to squeeze the pass through. Coutinho chases after. Good advance work by Loris out to the edge of his cover here to gather the ball and evade a second goal.
Brilliant running off the ball by Liverpool there. Loris once again has to be quick and sharp out. Liverpool really with a spring and a step. It's a terrific performance in the first 20 minutes by Liverpool, no question.
Really pressing Tottenham. Tottenham have had no time just to ease into possession. Spurs 0, Liverpool 1. Suarez got the goal, and we played nearly 23 minutes here on 5 Live in the World Service. Sandro to Soldado, Soldado to Lennon, then a tackle by Flanagan, loses the ball, and Flanagan then runs away to play. It'll be a throw in to Tottenham on the halfway line. Taken quickly by Walker, and here's Capoue. to Sandro. Sandro with Henderson close by. Turns and lays it towards this near touchline, the Tottenham right in the first half. It's with Capu, the French central defender. On it goes. Paulinho feeds it on. Good work by Lennon. Lennon beats two Liverpool defenders, approaching the penalty. Plays a 1-2. Falls inside the box, but it should be cleared by Sacco. Oh, what cheek from Sacco. Just backhinging the ball to Flanagan. But Flanagan gives it away. It's breathless stuff. Shavley in the far side for Tottenham. Onto his right foot. Swings the ball in. Great ball in. Good defensive work. A header by Sacco. And Liverpool partly clear it. Sacco again. He's earned his money in the last minute or so. Now to Suarez, he scored the only goal. Back to Lucas, and Lucas speeds Coutinho down the left side. Great work by Walker to rush back and hustle the young Brazilian. Coutinho still has the ball though. Left of the Tottenham penalty area. Checks inside, gives it back to Suarez. Suarez feeds it on deliberately to Allen. Allen couldn't pick it up.
Brendan Robbins on the touchline just in front of us. You must be very proud of this performance so far. It's quick, the movement is excellent. Every time the ball is forward, from the back to the middle of the field, and the ball is played back as a runner, whether it's Coutinho or whether it's Suarez or even Sterling, there's always someone seeking out the space behind the Tottenham back line. Tottenham can't be hard and sick even they win this game today. But Liverpool can move back into second place. Soldado with a header across from the left rather, but it was always going over the crossbar. He's appealing to the referee John Moss about something. Perhaps he thinks he was fouled by Sacco. It's a goal kick to Liverpool. Yeah, it was a cross by Shavley there that Soldano, a little back header there that he thought the Liverpool defender got the last touch. Looks across rather morosely towards the assistant on the touchline, say, you should have given me that decision, but Tottenham have the ball again. Sacco wins the ball, though, back from Tottenham, and it's a careful header back by Flanagan to goalkeeper Mignolet. A goal at Wigan, Alistair Yeomans.
Bolton enjoyed parity for just 4 minutes, Alan. It's Wigan 3, Bolton 2, a corner fell to Callum McManaman about 12 yards out. He side-foot footed the ball home, slight deflection line. Wigan back in front. Wigan 3, Bolton 2.
Back here at White Hart Lane, I didn't hear Alistair at all there. Can't think what was going on. But it's Spurs 0, Liverpool 1. We played 26 minutes at White Hart Lane. Lucas to Coutinho, and on to Flanagan, near side of the field. Liverpool left. Back to Sacco, keeping Iger out of the starting 11. To Henderson, and Sacco once more, and he's thinking about playing it to his goalkeeper. Changed his mind, gets himself into trouble under pressure from Paulinho, and concedes a throw. That was really careless defending.
Yeah, it was lazy defending by Sacco, lazy to make a decision to play the ball forward, dwelt on the ball and eventually get robbed.
Sandro chips it on. Paulinho, right of the Liverpool penalty area, plays it in low, cleared by Skirtle, out in front of the Liverpool fans for a throw into Tottenham.
Throwing right by the corner flag in front of those Liverpool supporters, who must be so pleased with the start that they've made. All 10 defending at the moment. Suarez going back towards the edge of the box.
Suarez the captain in the absence of Gerrard. Suarez the goal scorer. Liverpool lead 1-0. 18 minutes left in the first half. Suarez puts the Tottenham player under pressure, and they lose possession. Tottenham. Here's Henderson. Henderson brought down by Dawson. That's going to be a yellow card.
Well, it has to be a yellow card, but Henderson was running at speed, did exactly the right thing, and Dawson really couldn't get out of the way. I don't think that was an intentional foul. He was in a very central position. It was very far from the goal, only about 15 yards, 10 yards over the halfway line, 20 yards further up, and there might have been appealing then for a red card, the Liverpool players. Hope is stripping off.
Only 27 minutes play. And now Liverpool take the free kick forward to Suarez. Suarez inside the penalty. Allen goes to the near post. Suarez chips it back. Coutinho shoots right, but it's the crossbar. Having hit the turf first of all, Liverpool so close to a single. Johnson shoots just over the crossbar.
Well, it's a very, very aggressive forward play. Terrific half volley by Johnson. After the bar was hit, it's when that shot reared down off the turf and hit the bar. Tottenham under pressure. And just need to regroup here, get a little bit of possession, get a little bit of confidence, try and get a goal back before half-time if they can. But at the moment, Liverpool 1, Tottenham 0, and Liverpool in every way in the ascendancy.
It's all Liverpool. That's a terrific half volley from Glenn Johnson, left-footed. Norris was beaten.
And also the ball from Suarez on the left-hand line there, the byline that Coutinho It's onto the bar. I just wonder here, is it Dembele that's gone down there? I just wonder if Sandro's gone down. I just wonder if it's going to be hopefully to Sandro, and Sandro is either feeling a knock or not feeling too good.
Just to recap, it's Wigan 3, Bolton 2. I don't know what happened, but when I handed to Alistair Youngs, I didn't hear him at all. So I'm assuming that the rest of Pipeline World Service heard him. Did you hear him?
No, but he's a quiet man, you know.
He's a quiet man. He's very, very understated, Alistair. In all seriousness, Sandro is up on his feet.
They're going to make the change. They're going to make the change.
Whatever happens, hope he's coming on. But will it be for Sandro? Sandro's certainly coming to the near touchline, having received some treatment.
I hope they had a fine game in the week in the Europa Cup. He's a very busy, hustling back player, a very good left foot. He likes a shot at goal, and he'll fill into that midfield and then try and disturb the rhythm that currently Liverpool are possessing.
Well, he's absolutely no time to warm up for Pete. But he's coming on, and it is indeed Sandro who's off after 30 minutes. Tottenham heavily under the cosh here by a vibrant Liverpool display. It's so quick, it's so pressing, and remember, they don't have Jaron, they don't have Sturridge.
It's all the managers talk about, the depth of squad, particularly with the holiday games coming up now, the FA Cup starting in the early January, teams involved in the League Cup, in European competition, the top clubs.
Well, Liverpool have huge away games to come, not just this one, because they're away at Manchester City on Boxing Day. I'll be there in that game. And then they're away at Stamford Bridge the following Sunday. Chelsea, Liverpool. They're leading here at Tottenham, 1-0. Tottenham on the attack, and the ball's played in low towards the near post and put behind by Liverpool for a corner.
I'm very impressed with Chadley, you know, because he's trying to get on the outside. He's always good. It makes the fullback think. You're always coming in on the inside on your better foot, then at least the fullback knows exactly what's happening. People can adjust in the middle and get in position. So let's try to take the fullback on the outside. He's done it a couple of times quite well, and now he's won a corner for Tottenham.
Which hopefully the substitute for Spurs will take from the left side. Hitting it left foot and lots of white shirts inside that Liverpool penalty area to our right. Played it out. Good header out over the crossbar. And it was Chadley with a header.
He is good, and yeah, we know that when he scored those goals for Steve McLaren at Enschede in Holland. Good lead. Clean header as well. It got off very, very well.
Well, nothing really bears comparison to the game at the Etihad yesterday. Sensational match between Manchester City and Arsenal.
Well,
if you put that to one side, this is...
well, I do as well, and it was sensational because the amount of goals and the quality of the goals, but I have to say the first half hour of this game has been splendid.
Liverpool lead Tottenham by a goal to nil. Tottenham just trying to steady themselves down before half-time and not concede a second goal, which Liverpool probably would merit so far. Mignolet plays it upfield. Dawson jumps, but it's only a skimmed header from the Tottenham captain. Backheel from Paulinho, only to Liverpool's possession. Henderson to Allen. And now Johnson on the far side of the field. Suarez makes the run forward. The ball played in his direction. Walker's back there for Tottenham. And is the ball going to run behind for a goal kick? Suarez isn't giving up on it. Not quite, but it is behind for a goal kick to Spurs.
Whilst Suarez plays on his own as a front runner, he finds a space between the central defenders and the fullback. He does it so well. I feel sometimes forwards, I have Clive Allen who played a slightly similar game on his own. But he makes those runs in between the centre backs, and he makes them so well. They know that he's going to make those runs, and they're looking for him all the time. He makes these penetrating runs so well, Suarez.
And you mentioned what England will face in Brazil next summer. Remember, Cavani plays for Uruguay. It's forward for Suarez again. Out comes Suarez. He's missed it. It's going to be 2-0, is it? Suarez plays the ball into the feet of the goalkeeper, and that should have been 2-0. Suarez should have finished it off.
It's human.
That's the first time I've noticed that by Schumann in the last few weeks. Suarez, great chance. Still only 1-0.
Absolutely. That could have killed the game, but made it very, very difficult for Tottenham. Will Tottenham see that now as a chance to get back into this game? They got a lifeline there.
Every time the ball goes in the direction of the Uruguayan, though, Spurs vulnerable.
Cafu has got to sit deeper than Dawson. One of them's got to get tight on Suarez and try and man-mark him. and the other one's got to sit deeper.
Here's Walker running down the Tottenham right. Gets a fortunate touch off Flanagan. Then he crosses it back to Holtby. Chested on onto the chest of Saka. Good work by the French defender. His pass finding Coutinho. Coutinho being pulled back by Walker. Referee, I didn't see it. I decided not to give the free kick. It was certainly a foul by the England defender. Now the other England right back. Johnson on the far side. To Lucas. Johnson back to Skirtle. 34 minutes gone here at White Hart Lane. Liverpool lead 1-0, and they're well worth it. Coutinho trying to find Henderson running through the middle, but he overhits the pass by Strudel.
You know, when Brendan came to Liverpool and talked about the way they played the game at Swansea, and they brought Allen in to, if you like, start the passing movements from the back, this team, or the way they're playing today, is so much more progressive. They're not working the ball too much at the back. They're getting the ball forward at every opportunity, and they're prepared to play longer, more direct passes too.
And you know, he was talking about Andy Carroll recently, Brendan Rodgers. He said, look, I'm not knocking Andy Carroll as a player. He just doesn't fit my system. He certainly will not fit in the way I want Liverpool to play.
Yeah.
And that's obvious from this.
This is about movement. This is about speed and movement.
Mignolet with the goal kick for Liverpool. 11 minutes to go to half-time. Liverpool probably don't want the half-time interval to come. There's so much on top. Here's Allen, beaten in the air, but Lucas wins it back for Liverpool. Squirts forward into the Tottenham half. Then back by Capoue. And it's on the far side of the field with Chadley to North. And North takes it straight out of play. He was trying to find Soldado, but it's a Liverpool throw-in. Well, Sterling is quieting down in that far side, but he was torture in the opening quarter of an hour for North. Now Johnson carelessly loses the ball. It's a Spurs throw. Goes to Soldado. Back to Chadley on the far side. Into Soldado. Quickly in on the tackle Liverpool, but Tottenham somehow keep the ball. Paulinho put under pressure by Allen. And now it's with Chadley on the far side of the field. Level with the edge of the Liverpool penalty. Takes on Skirtle on the outside. Crosses too high for any Tottenham player, and it's throwing out a player on the near side for a throw into Liverpool.
It's a threat from Tottenham coming on that left-hand side. Just wonder if Townsend will be in the manager's thoughts at half-time. Someone to take the game from the middle third to the attacking third in it so quickly that can cause a problem. But at the moment, Liverpool tactically and team-wise on the field with the ball is really in charge of this game. I think what will happen, Alan, is Holtby coming on for Sando will give Tottenham a little bit more in forward areas to support Soldado. Sando is the deepest of the Tottenham trio in midfield. Holtby now is the furthest forward. So the defensive side of it has to be done now a lot by Dembele and also by Paulinho to a certain extent. They've probably got more attacking strength now than Tottenham started the game with, but I think they need it. They've got to transfer the ball into the forward areas.
Soldado down the left side, loses the ball. Clever little dink by Johnson to find Allen. Allen approaching the halfway line, gives it away. Tottenham moving back with Holtby. Holtby playing it to the left side. And Chadley moving infield, crosses road to the penalty, it's top throw. There was a chance there for Soldado, a half chance, he didn't take it. Mignolet throws it out to Saka. 8 minutes left in the first half. Good ball by Saka to Coutinho. Henderson to his right. Coutinho well tackled by Paulinho. And Paulinho brings it forward, then he's tackled. Liverpool went back. Liverpool quickest to the ball all over the pitch. Coutinho. To Suarez spins away from Capoue, brings it down, and it's a free kick. And well done Suarez, he didn't react there as if he'd been half killed.
Very clever.
I think he's cleaned up his act this season, I really do.
He's got to be so careful when he's challenging Suarez because he lets the ball run across his run. I think the best English player I ever saw.
Sterling beats Norton, Sterling up to the edge of the penalty, shoots, takes a deflection, looks in the air, and a careful header back by Walker to his goalkeeper.
I was just going to say that Trevor Brooking was so brilliant at letting the ball run across his body. So when he received it from the right, he went with his shoulders to the right and let the ball run across and hit the ball crossfield to the other side and open the game up. They're doing that very well. Suarez lets the ball run across his body and entices the defender into a challenge. The defender goes into the challenge. Suarez comes out with the ball the other side. So subtle with his work.
Tottenham have possession down the left side. Onto Soldado. Lucas across the... Soldado beats him on the inside. Into Holtby. Holtby hits it wide. Could have been 1-1.
Yeah. Much better play down the left-hand side of Tottenham. That time it was Soldado doing the work, cleverly getting inside. I think it was Johnson. Was a chance for Holtby, but at least Tottenham are getting men in the box, and they'll be buoyed by the last few minutes because they're doing much better.
Liverpool may live to regret not taking their dominance into further goals.
Yeah,
particularly that second chance for Suarez.
Yeah, it can happen, of course, and of course, Alan, no two halves ever the same. And the manager of one side will make an adjustment which just might give them an extra edge or a bit of an advantage. He might make a substitution change. So I'd be very surprised if Liverpool can continue to dominate the game as they've done for 3/4 of this half.
Johnson belts the ball upfield. He was heading towards goal, but Lloris was there for Tottenham. And the goalkeeper hits it mightily down the left side. Headed away by Glenn Johnson, kept in play by Chadley, and then Skirtle intercepts. Not a great clearance from Skirtle. Paulinho jumps under pressure from Sterling. Sterling working very hard today. I was almost saying it's out of character because he's had a trot through games for Liverpool, but today he's playing with great purpose.
Yes, he certainly started very well. He got on top of Norton. Hasn't received the same supply of ball. It was Henderson a couple of times that fed him with very costly balls. Tottenham lacking cover here. Oh,
Coutinho, marvellous touch to Henderson. Henderson shoots straight to the goalkeeper. Suarez again. Straight again. Henderson makes it 2-0. 3 chances of goal for Liverpool. Lloris has equalled the two of them, but Henderson has scored, and it's a marvellous second goal for Liverpool. What a great 30 minutes from the Merseysiders.
Well, absolutely superb. Got Tottenham up through the middle there. Brilliant ball, lack of cover, terrible lack of cover there on the right hand side. Lloris made 2 wonderful saves. His first one, then the follow-up. But Henderson made no mistake with a volley. The second charge, a great lay to Henderson. I think it's Suarez. And Suarez followed up. It was Henderson.
Let me tell you, I'll tell you what it was. There was a great ball from Sterling to Coutinho, and the instant touch from the little Brazilian put Henderson through first of all. But the pressure from Liverpool was phenomenal.
It's the speed of their forward play has really been something special.
So they've got the second goal now, Liverpool. 5 minutes to go to half time. Coutinho under pressure from Lennon, holds off Lennon. It's with Johnson. Johnson forward to Suarez. Suarez, oh goodness, look at Suarez getting through 2 defenders there. Just as if they weren't in the vicinity. Now it's with Coutinho. Coutinho on towards Suarez. Dawson intercepts. Makes as well for Tottenham. Forward it goes to Dembele. He's immediately challenged. Suarez wins the ball back. Tries to chip the goalkeeper. I think the referee's given a free kick for a foul.
You know, it's 2-0 Allen, and Lloris has made 3 great saves.
They could be 4 up, Liverpool. Easily. They could be reaching towards the Manchester City scoreline of yesterday. Well, it was traumatic for Arsenal yesterday. No matter how well they did in the second half, I think they did very well, David, at the Etihad, Arsenal. To pull 3 goals back. But, Spurs just aren't touching Liverpool at the moment. They badly need a goal before half-time. Chadley down the left side. 3.5 minutes to go to the interval. Chadley crosses low, cleared by Saka. High and into the crowd on the far side of the field for a Tottenham throw-in.
Important clearance. Soldado waiting. Lennon at the back post.
Throw-in taken by Norton. Back to Dawson. And now Norton again. To Holtby, who has made quite a difference since he's come up. I'm not sure he would have willingly brought Sandro off, or at least I don't think he would have done it unless he was injured. But Holtby is helping Spurs in an attacking sense. Here's Flanagan for Liverpool. And that's a foul by Walker. And I think that merits a yellow card.
Well, he may get one, but Suarez is the captain, and he went to see John Moss, the referee, and they had a quiet word with him, and the quiet word would have been, that's the second or the third time. But Moss doesn't have to be told by Suarez what he does.
Absolutely right. But they do have the right to talk to the referee, don't they, Captain?
In a polite way.
In a polite way. Excuse me, Signor.
Yeah.
Could you produce a yellow card? No, let the referee do his own business, and John Moss is doing well. 2.5 minutes to half time. Spurs 0, Liverpool 2 here on 5 Live and the World Service to the BBC. Well, Mignolet won't like that ball back from Sacco. He brings it down under pressure. He's lost the ball. Here's a chance. It's going to be back to 2-1. It is. And that was all from Sacco's stupidity, putting Mignolet under pressure. Mignolet wasn't equal to it. And what's the referee given? It's not a goal. Why has he deserved this?
I'm not sure. The last
Pushing it back by Soldado and Mignolet.
or the foul on the goalkeeper. Oh, Mignolet's lucky to get away with that one.
Very, very lucky. When will Liverpool...
Shoulder to shoulder.
I think that's harsh on Soldado.
Sacco nearly paid for that. Soldado was calm. Empty net, and he rolled it in. Controversial.
Indeed.
Mignolet was in trouble. Strange enough, Brendan Rodgers was saying to Sacco there with a couple of minutes to half time, keep the ball. And he looked forward and then turned back towards his goalkeeper, obviously to keep possession and to play safe. And it was a poor ball back after the manager had suggested that he might look for that ball.
But the pressure from Liverpool players in that far side of the field as Tottenham defended deep in their own half. Suarez was in there, Allen was in there, Sterling around there, and Spurs have to settle for a throw-in. Inside the final minute of the first half. Spurs 0, Liverpool 2. Earlier, Aston Villa 0, Manchester United 3, and Norwich 1, Swansea 1. Reminder that TMS, by the way, back from 2 o'clock in the morning, tomorrow morning, with day 4 of the third Ashes test in Perth. It's on 5 Live Sports Extra. Heaven help us. What can we say about our cricketers? Dear, oh dear. Thank goodness it's been a fantastic distraction this weekend with the quality of the Barclays Premier League football. Allen on the far side, into Johnson. Johnson back towards Suarez. Suarez didn't know it, but if the ball had run on beyond him, it would have reached Henderson. The referee getting rapturous applause from Tottenham fans because he's given Spurs a free kick.
Yeah, and it was Soldado that was involved, of course.
I was just certain that was 2-1.
Yeah, so was I, Alan. So we agree.
2 minutes are being added on for stoppages at the end of the first half, where Tottenham have been ravaged so far by Liverpool. Sacco takes the ball away at the edge of his own penalty. Sterling brings it down. Back to Johnson. Good ball on to Allen and to Henderson. Great movement from Liverpool. Looking for Coutinho now from Henderson's pass. Suarez holding back. Coutinho now. Trying to think it through the legs of Walker's already been booked. He's got to be very careful. And Walker puts the ball out of play. It almost comes into our commentary position. Knocks over a cup of tea. Not ours, thankfully. And it's a throw-in to Spurs, which Walker will take. Straight onto the head of Flanagan, and Flanagan's header puts it out of play again. Once more a throw-in for Spurs. Whiteheading's very quiet, apart from the Liverpool fans, of course, who are richly enjoying watching what Liverpool are doing on a ground where they've had a horrible record in recent years. Haven't won in the last 6 visits to White Hart Lane. That's a terrible pass by Dembele. Behind Norton and straight out of play for a throw into Liverpool on the far side of the field. You don't need to get them in Andre Villas-Boas. Some harsh words needed for Tottenham. And Brendan Rodgers will just carry on doing this. Don't back off. Keep the pressure on. Keep making those runs. Coutinho and Suarez and Sterling. Suarez is running down the right side. And look, Suarez was pointed to Coutinho to take up a position in the penalty. And that put pressure on Dawson, who concedes a throw-in. Suarez leaves it, I think, for Johnson to take on the far side of the field. Maybe Liverpool just running down the final seconds of added time. They're very happy. They're leading by 2 goals to 0. And it could have been double that margin. Suarez certainly should have scored a second goal himself. It's out of play, and there is the half-time whistle. Boos around White Hart Lane. That's not coming from Liverpool fans. I'm not quite sure what the Tottenham fans expect. Liverpool have been that good.
Yes, I think that takes all the credit away from Liverpool. The Liverpool supporters who are brought up on good football know that this has been a most effective, almost ruthless team performance. The harassing, the speed of pass is good, they're finding space, they cut up Spurs with the speed of movement as well. Henderson's taken on the mantle of Gerrard in the centre there. He's played some very good balls. He's spread the ball superbly well. He's seen the weakness of Spurs in the early stages and surprised Sterling, who skipped down that touchline, really sprightly performance by him. And then, of course, Suarez, who Tottenham just can't lock up at all at the moment. And 2-0 is very, very fair reflection of the game. I think it's been a superb team performance by Liverpool.
So Tottenham have already used 2 substitutes. Earlier, Holtby replaced Sandro. This is the revised 11 as the second half gets underway. The goalkeeper is Loris, and didn't he make some good saves in that first 45 minutes? Then the defence is Walker, Capu, Dawson and Fires. Then we've got Paulinho, Dembele and Holtby, and then Lennon on the right, Chadley on the left and Soldado through the middle. Liverpool's goalkeeper is Mignolet, almost embarrassed just before half-time. Rather fortunate that the referee decided there was a push by Soldado on him. Then the defence is Johnson, Skirtle, Sacco and Flanagan. Then Lucas, Allen, Henderson, Coutinho and Sterling. They're popping up everywhere, those midfield players for Liverpool. And the imperious Luis Suarez up front.
Yeah, Suarez was finding all sorts of space, and when he was dragging one of the central defenders, then Henderson was bombing through the middle. Sterling on the right was finding great width. But they had so many options and they played so well. I'm sure Tottenham will do better this half, but they need an early goal if they're going to get back in this game. They've got to open up the midfield a little bit, throw a little bit more up the front. Hopefully he'll play closer to Soldado. Be a great strain perhaps on Dembele and Paulinho in the centre, but they'll have to cope with it. Tottenham have to throw caution to the wind.
It's now raining very heavily in White Hart Lane. It was dry in the first half, but the rain of earlier the day in London has returned. Liverpool lead 2-0. Good ball forward by Holtby. Soldado shoots wildly high and wide.
There was a good strike in as much as they hit the ball well, but it just rose. It wasn't an angle, it wasn't the easiest opportunity, it was at a very difficult angle indeed. He decided to go for the drive, he hit it through as Skirtle came into challenge, but it just veered above the bar.
Ball driven down the left-hand side for Liverpool. Coutinho chases after it. Coutinho controls it, close to the corner flag. Takes it through the legs of Walker, and then Suarez challenges Walker, but the ball is back with Loris, and Tottenham survived that little scare. But with Coutinho and Suarez and Sterling in this form,
they've all got the ability to beat their individual opponent, which is a great asset to have.
And of course, Tottenham are limited now to one further change, should they wish to make one. Presumably, it'll be Townsend or Defoe who would come on. But we'll see. An early goal for Spurs in the second half might change the atmosphere of White Hart Lane, which is dead in terms of Tottenham support. Walker hits it crossfield, straight onto the chest of Johnson. Johnson hesitated before he cleared, that he could, under pressure by Holtby. The ball's on the far side of the field, with Walker again, into Paulinho, and now Tottenham lose it. Suarez on the halfway line, kicks it forward towards Allen, slightly underhit the pass, and Spurs will it back with Holtby. Holtby then tackled, fairly tackled according to the referee. Not sure about that. Here's Henderson for Liverpool to Coutinho on the far side of the field. Coutinho cutting in from the left, hits it right footed, takes it, a deflection is behind for a corner to Liverpool.
Good luck there at the last second by Walker as the little Brazilian came inside and hit that shot with his right foot. Townsend getting warmed up, I think, soon. Just in front of us now, been asked by us to take his top off. I think they're going to have to do something different in one of the wide positions. I thought Chadley did quite well in the first half. I think it may be that Townsend can run at fullback, run at Flanagan.
Liverpool corner from the left, and it's taken by Coutinho. In-swinging corner, headed down by Walker. Now to Lucas. Lucas 25 yards out, slips the pass to Sterling, right edge of the penalty area. Sterling digs the cross toward the far post, and it's headed against the post by Sacco, and then Skirtle hits it over the crossbar.
Almost 3-0. Brilliant play. The little outside right, Sterling, absolutely superb. His footwork as he gets near the byline, a lovely little dink chip. Beautiful chip beyond Loris to the back post. Sacco comes in, heads against the post. Really was exciting wing play there. Old-fashioned wing play. We saw those goals yesterday at the Etihad Stadium, and 9 of them, there could have been more. Certainly Pellegrini said he could have scored another 3 or 4. Liverpool are probably worthy of 4 or 5 at the moment. Well, but it's only 2-0. The team is playing with a great quality.
Here's Henderson. Suarez ahead of them. Henderson on the Suarez. Suarez is offside. flags up for the assistant on the side of the field, and that Liverpool attack breaks down much to Tottenham's relief.
Henderson having a good game in the centre of the field.
He stepped up in the absence of Gerrard.
I think he's done well. He's done well. Probably prefers central. A lot of people who stay up a long time. He gets stuck out on the right, I believe, a little bit for Liverpool at times. And
well, if they played their normal 4-2-3-1 today, Henderson would have been wide right.
Yes, he was in the 3.
Yes. So here, it's with Cafu over the halfway line. Plays it to Holtby, whose energy has helped Tottenham, has improved Tottenham since he came on for Sandro. He swings the cross in high, punched away by Mignolet, not convincing for the goalkeeper, but Soldado sits left-footed early over.
It wasn't an easy chance. The goalkeeper was under pressure from Chadley, who was good in the air. Very deep cross from Holtby. Chadley got up well, caused Simon Mignolet to make a mistake, but snatched at a little bit by Soldado, but not an easy chance. And Mignolet waves his defenders further away from his penalty area. I think he's determined, the Belgian goalkeeper, to clear long from this goal kick. We've had nearly 6 minutes in the second half. Spurs 0, Liverpool 2. Mignolet plays it to the right. Chadley heads it down. Allen challenges Holtby. Holtby's going to win this, so Allen's in there again. And it's out of play. The throw-in, or has he given the free kick, John Moss, the referee? I think he's given the free kick. Friars, the new left-back, takes it to Chadley. And now it's back to Dembele. Dembele has Lennon available on the far side of the field. Thought about it, changed his mind, hits it towards the left side. Here's Chadley, who had a decent first half. On the Friars. Friars crosses low. Stretch clearance by Lucas, and Liverpool could counter-attack here. Henderson, look at this, but they continue down the left side. Great ball from Henderson. Continue after it. Walker gets back to make a challenge. The pass into Suarez. Suarez trying to create room for the shot and can't get the ball back to Henderson. So he couldn't shoot, and Spurs pick it up again. Soldado that robbed. Has Tottenham come forward again.
Lennon down the right side. It's very open again. It's a good match. Now, Chadley running towards the left side. Finds Friars under pressure from Sterling. Holds off Sterling. He's now level with the edge of the penalty. Gets the cross in low towards Holtby. Allen's not sure where the ball is. Manages to clear though to Henderson. And now here's Sterling. On to Henderson. Henderson with determination wins the ball, finds Suarez. On to Henderson again. He's been pulled back there by Dembele. That was a foul, and the referee, good referee, he spotted the infringement. He waited to see if Henderson had the advantage. He didn't, and now he awards the free kick.
Henderson's probably some power there, isn't he? Surging through the midfield.
He was a doubt for the game. He was injured last weekend, and they thought he wouldn't make it. They thought he'd be absent like Gerrard. But Henderson's had one of his best games for Liverpool today here at White Hart Lane. We're into the 8th minute of the second half. Liverpool leading 2-0. Lucas with a free kick, just tapped to his right to Johnson. And on to Sterling, he's given far too much room by North. Sterling now running at the left back, running away from him, down the outside, and not of course, Friars has come on a substitute. Friars concedes a corner.
Interesting. Sterling, of course, was a player of Queen's Park Rangers, just down the road from here, and was at school in the Wembley area. But certainly making a big impression here, and it's a big transfer, of course, for such a young player.
Coutinho's corner from the right, doesn't beat the first defender, but the header clear goes to Lucas. On it goes towards Coutinho. Good interception from Walker. Ball's out of play for a throw-in to Liverpool. Well, both coaches standing in the technical area here, no question that Brendan Rodgers is much the happier of the two. Here's Suarez, his captain today, losing the ball. Then Lucas tried to win it back. Suarez chases after it. Did that come off a Tottenham player last? Suarez seems to think there was hope for a corner. There's not. It's a goal kick.
Townsend still warming up, doing his stretching to our left, but no sign yet of any movement from the Tottenham management to introduce the England player.
Earlier in the Barclays Premier League, it finished Aston Villa 0, Manchester United 3, and Norwich 1, Swansea 1. Cafu avoids being embarrassed, gets the ball to Dembele. Dembele running forward, being allowed to run by Liverpool. Now it's with Lennon on the far side of the field. Lennon beats the defender, goes into the penalty area, but overruns the ball, fine for a goal kick.
It was unlucky that Lennon. First time he drifted past The full-back really at ease. He did wonderfully well there. They just overran the ball over that byline. Mignolet to take the goal kick for Liverpool. Away to our left. Fans singing are Liverpool fans. Tottenham fans mostly gloomy. And the side really hasn't got a grip on the second half. That's a push by Soldado on Skirtle. Not seen by the referee. The throw into Tottenham. He just barged into Skirtle. Flowers to take the throw in. Chested down by Holtby, but behind Soldado and out for a Liverpool throw in this Elizabeth Justice and 9. Johnson to take it. 10 minutes played in the second half. The throw goes to Allen. Back to Johnston, into Allen again. Lots of movement from Liverpool off the ball. Now Sacco, on to Henderson, and quickly to the left side, and Flanagan. Coutinho wants it down that flank. Flanagan played it infield, wasn't a good ball, but Liverpool win it back from careless top of possession. Played back to Mignolet, and Mignolet wasted no time, slashing it upfield. Great chested pass back to Henderson by Suarez. And now Coutinho on the far side. Runs inside of Suarez, but runs into Dawson, and Dawson smacks the ball over the halfway line, straight to Sacco. Yeah. When you release the ball quickly and downfield when you come under pressure, then don't expect too many forwards to be up the field to collect it, particularly when you're only playing one major front man, which is Soldado for Tottenham. So when Dawson does win the ball, he's got to try and use the ball.
Here is Dawson playing the ball back to his goalkeeper Loris under a little bit of pressure from Sterling. Lloris clears it over the halfway line, dropping towards Chadley. Good control by Chadley. Then he's hustled by Johnson. Chadley does well, finding Holtby. Left of the penalty. His low cross, blocked by the shins of Lucas and behind for a corner to top.
Lovely reverse ball by Chadley. A good movement by Holtby behind the right defence of Liverpool. And they win a corner.
Tottenham need a goal. 12 minutes gone in the second half. Corner from the left. Holtby to take it. Left-footed. Driven in, and it's headed away by Flanagan. Coutinho chases towards the near side of the field. Coutinho hustling the Tottenham player, but it's out of play. And it's a throw for Spurs. Goes quickly to Holtby. It's a very quick game. On to Chadley. Back to Holtby again. This action level with the edge of the Liverpool penalty area. Near side, Tottenham left. Holtby once more. Into Paulinho. Back to Holtby. And then his pass not great. Sterling should have cleared better than he did do. Back to the halfway line. Back to Tottenham's possession. Now Dembele being fouled by Sterling. Free kick.
Absolutely brilliant Dembele at shielding a ball. He's the perfect example to any youngster how to receive the ball and shield from his opponent until he's ready to make the pass. Very, very clever left-footed midfield player is Moussa Dembele. Probably doesn't score enough goals, but he is a playmaker.
Chisen's coming on very shortly, but here's a free kick for Spurs. Holtby takes it from the left. Played in well, and it's headed away from goal, actually, by Sandro, and out of play, but it must have come off a Liverpool defender because it's a Tottenham throw. Holtby to take it.
You wonder what the manager says to the player. He puts his arm around Townsend, he speaks to him to about 5 minutes. He's talking to an England player who basically, what he's got to do is go on and either make or take a goal. That's what he's got to do.
Well, it looked like good hustling by Douglas, but the free kick goes the other way. And here's Paulinho for Tottenham to Lennon. Lennon crosses low, crosses the short box. Suggestions of a push, not given. Certainly Tottenham think they should have had a penalty. Now the cross towards the far post, headed away by Sacco. Lennon again. Lennon shot his block. Sterling needs to clear. Oh, a snatch it from Sterling. He almost set up a shot for Tottenham, but Sterling goes better this time. Finds Suarez rather. Suarez can't beat the ball to continue, and it's back to a renewed Tottenham.
Well, obviously the crowd behind the goal are praying for a penalty, and I think there may be justification because there was so much unison amongst the crowd when that challenge took place. It's so difficult for us in this position to pick that one out.
By the way, tonight from 7:30 is the 60th edition of the BBC Sports Personality of the Year. It's live from Leeds, and John Infidel will be hosting the 5 Live coverage. This is the Barclays Premier League. The third game of the programme this Sunday afternoon. Earlier, Aston Villa 0, Manchester United 3, Norwich 1, Swansea 1. Here at White Hart Lane, it's Spurs 0, Liverpool 2. Townsend is going to replace Dembele. Well, that's quite an attacking move, is it? How's that formation going to work?
I'll just have to see what happens here. This Dembele is interesting. Interesting.
Well, it's got half an hour left to try to swing things around Tottenham.
He's going to put Chadley in field, I think.
Yep, that's the instruction from...
I'm not sure how clever a move that is. Chadley's going to play a little bit forward. The problem will be for Tottenham, there's no question. They're going to open up the midfield space. They're going to throw people forward, and Liverpool have so much pace and cleverness in movement that they are fully capable of scoring one or more goals this afternoon. That's how I see it at the moment. Be interested to see how it pans out.
Sacco hits it upfield. Suarez comes back from an offside position. The flags up for offside, free kick to Tottenham. They're talking about commentary on 5 Live. This week, of course, you've got the Capital One Cup quarter-finals on Tuesday night. The commentary on 5 Live will be Leicester against Manchester City. Sunderland-Chelsea commentary will be on 5 Live Sports Extra. Then the following evening, I'll be at Stoke against Manchester United. That's the 5 Live commentary. And Spurs play West Ham here. It's on 5 Live Sports Extra. Tottenham in possession on the far side of the field. It'll be fascinating to see what Chadley does in this new position. He played well in the first half. He finds fires the left back into Holtby. Look at the red shirts around Holtby. Tackle comes in from Sterling, but Holtby manages to keep the ball. Finds Chadley. And now taken up by Paulinho. Paulinho to Walker. Hustled by Coutinho. Coutinho with the ball. He should have been pulled back there by Walker. It was booked in the first half.
Paulinho can't really get in the game, can he? It might have been a substitution that the manager may have thought about. Although at least Dembele was getting hold of the ball and linking. I just wonder who is going to link the game at the moment. Hopefully he's gone a little bit deeper. He's tried to change the individual formation. Now across the middle, Lennon, Paulino, Holtby, Townsend, and Chadley is playing just off the front. But basically the individuals have changed, but the system hasn't changed. And I think it might have needed a change of system. Even the biggest gamble of all, 3 at the back, solid, just keeping their ground. Allen tackled by Holtby. Ball still in play, and then Allen plays it off Chadley, and that's going to be a Liverpool throw-in. But there is a really good piece of refereeing again by John Moss. I think he recognises that Walker's close to the line now, and he just had a quiet word after awarding the free kick for the Walker shirt. Walker is a regular. He is a player who gets a place in the team week in, week out. He's not one of these interchangeables, Walker, and of course they don't want him suspended, even though it would be 1 game for 2 yellow cards.
Suarez caught there by Paulinho, whose foot was very high. This will be an interesting card. It's a red card. Paulinho high in on Suarez, and Tottenham 2-0 down, are now down to 10 men. A shake of the head from Andre Villas-Boas. But as soon as the challenge came in from Paulinho, I thought, which colour? And he was bold, he gave red, John Moss. I mean, the foot was so high, it caught Suarez, and
the ball had gone, really. I think he had to withdraw completely. He was being challenged at the time by Dawson, and his foot did go up high, and if he did catch Suarez badly, then Suarez would be out for some time. He's down on the floor at the moment. If he went through with that ball, then his ribs would be damaged, I have to say. I think Suarez will be alright. We've got to hope he's alright. He's been magnificent at times this afternoon. But certainly now, the odds massively against Spurs. Down to 10 men. They haven't played well, but in saying that, I have to say, the first half performance of Liverpool was absolutely superb. Every man in the team.
Suarez is still receiving treatment. I mean, I don't know how serious it is, but you put your foot that high up on a player in a tackle, it's got to be red. 10 men is the result. Suarez continues to receive treatment. The lines are up for 606, by the way. 0500 909 693.
I think there's a bit of afters as well. I think the ball had already gone, and he kind of put his foot there. It was a stupid thing. He put his foot up, he kind of put his foot at the back. Suarez obviously will come in for some criticism as though he slightly strained the injury, but I don't think he did. I think Paulino's frustration there is rather silly. But I've got to say, I think it's ludicrous for the Tottenham fans to have a go at Suarez after that. Absolutely ludicrous. It'll be interesting to see if Suarez, he just comes to the touchline because he's had a bit of treatment. My bet is that he'll go back on and give us another excellent 25 minutes.
He wants to play. You know, he's a street fighter, which is why there's a certain amount of ugliness, or there can be a certain amount of ugliness in his game, David. But that boy just loves to play football. And yeah, I don't know whether he's at Liverpool for the long haul, when he's thinking about a transfer request, whatever, but when he's in that red shirt, he gets absolutely everything. And he scored the first goal today. Tottenham on the attack. Sacco chests the ball inside his penalty area, finds Skirtle, and ball by Townsend.
Townsend absolutely scurried down that left side.
Oh,
Got a great ball in. Now we've got
Hope he was in heavily and late on Allen. He's going to be booked, I think. I don't think it's a red card, but it's a yellow card. There's nothing to protest about.
This is where the discipline and the focus and where the manager's got to get hold of them, because the season can blow up, you know, in one game. It almost did at Manchester City. They recovered their poise. But at this moment in time, their second best today, they've just got to be careful and just try to control. So if they're defeated, which they're likely to be, they've got to take it on the chin.
Well, he didn't take that on the chin, Holtby, but he's no excuse for protesting about it. It was a clear yellow card offence and a free kick to Liverpool.
Take it on the chin in the literal sense.
Or whatever. Spurs 0, Liverpool 2. Goals from Suarez and Henderson. And that's the least that they merit for this performance at White Hart Lane so far. Henderson. Back to Lucas. And here's Skirtle to Allen. Skirtle. Be interesting to see if Liverpool just tighten up a little bit, or whether they just keep on pressing the way they pressed Tottenham in the previous 65 minutes. They're on the attack now. Johnson forward up to the edge of the Tottenham penalty area. The ball wouldn't run as quickly as he wants. He still might pull the cross in deep. Looking for Lewis! Lewis! Goodness gracious, I thought he lost his footing and the ball was in the net.
The way they stood one or two crosses up, it reminds me of old age football, you know, where people used to look for the back post beyond all the defenders, catch him on the turn as they follow the ball across the goal, and then the ball's headed back across the goal. Then we had a period where everyone went for the near post area, when Martin Peters and that type of player was so brilliant at getting across the near post. And now we see the ball cut back a lot from those areas to the edge of the box for onrushing forwards. But Liverpool have played some superb balls in from wide areas beyond the goalkeeper, almost beyond the back post.
Here's Henderson on to Sterling on the far side of the field. Sterling brought down by Walker. Oh, he's given a goal kick. That looks like a free kick. I know we're a long way away.
Brendan Rodgers looks astonished. He looks back. He can smile now, Brendan Rodgers. He knows he's got this game in his pocket, provided Liverpool keep their discipline. And dare I say that if he wants 3 or 4, it would be a sign of greed, I think. They've played so efficiently.
Yeah, it's been a very good display from Liverpool, but the match isn't won yet. Tottenham down to 10 men on the attack. Ball attempted cross from the right by Capu. It hits the Liverpool defender, goes out for a throw in. Now here's Lennon. Lennon crosses high, headed away by Johnson, headed further clear by Flanagan, and great control by Coutinho. Coutinho then, again.
I'm not so sure about that one, Alan. You know, we've got to give Moss, the referee, the credit. I mean, he's 5 yards away, and so we're probably rather foolish to challenge his decision. But from here, I thought that looked a reasonable challenge.
Liverpool might be making a change soon. Marshall Kelly has got his tracksuit bottoms off. Alberto's also warming up, so too is Moses. At the moment, Liverpool win here. They go back to second place in the Barclays Premier League table. But it's been a really good weekend for them if they do that. Go above Chelsea, and now they're only 2 points behind Arsenal. Here's Lucas. Almost going to sweep a roll for Liverpool now. On to Saka. Henderson to Lucas and Skirtle. Liverpool keeping possession very confidently now.
Easier for them to find space as well, of course.
Suarez shifted forward. Sterling had made his break beyond the Spurs defence too early, and it's a free kick for Tottenham for offside.
Good teams should always exploit the extra man, and Liverpool are a good team today. And they've got space now, so people like Allen and Henderson in the midfield can find space easily. And of course, we have mentioned very little about Lucas Leiva, but he's just sat in there and done such a good job for them, without, as usual I think, ever really contributing in terms of the creative sense.
I was at the Liverpool game last weekend for BBC Television's Final Score. I was at Vision, don't worry.
Okay.
Nobody had to be offended. But when Lucas came on for Gerrard, he looked a bit leaden-footed. He looked off the pace. Today, he's been at the top of his game, Lucas. We had 20 minutes left for play here on 5 Live in the World Service on the BBC. Liverpool lead Spurs 2-0. And I think the sending off has just killed it as far as Tottenham are concerned.
Well, Liverpool have to keep possession. Tottenham need a break, and they need a break quickly. 20 minutes to go plus injury time.
Here's Suarez through it. Mistake by Tottenham. Suarez gets the 3-0. Oh, it's wide.
I think he's got a touch there. Corner. Once again, Capu was really struggling there. Couldn't get near. Dawson came across. Loris once again does well. Probably as busy as Loris has been all season, apart from perhaps that game at Manchester City. Corner of Liverpool. Suarez doesn't look as though he's incapacitated in any way, does he, from that injury?
Coutinho, right-footed, entering corner. Suarez jumps, heads it down, away from goal. Skirtle flies across it in, wins another corner.
Yeah, Suarez is moving freely.
I know what you're saying, David, but I still think foot high, studs into the chest of an opponent.
Well, I don't suggest the challenge was fair, but what I'm saying is it probably didn't catch Suarez as though it appeared to catch him when he was riding on the ground.
Here's Sterling from the right for Liverpool. Just dinks the corner in. Out comes Loris. Punches it clear. And the referee spotted, I think, a foul on the French goalkeeper, and it's a free kick to Tottenham. Less than 19 minutes to go. Don't forget, if you really want to hurt TMS, Test Match Special is back from 2 a.m. Tomorrow with day 4 of the third Ashes Test in Perth, and that you can hear on 5 Live Sports Extra. England within that series with so much hope, and it's catastrophic what's happening in Australia at the moment. Throw into Tottenham just beyond the halfway line. Holtby of considerable energy takes the throw in to Townsend. But I haven't noticed since he's come on or something. He gave the ball away to Lucas. On from Henderson to Coutinho. Coutinho running forward. Coutinho's running through. Out comes Loris out of his penalty area quickly. Good anticipation, and he smacks the clearance to the far side.
I have to say, Alan, as a manager, it is a nightmare when you go down and you're playing such a quality side, and you know that every time they counter, there's a chance they might get through the middle of you. And it can't be easy for Boas today. I think he would probably, in his heart of hearts, know now that there's no way he can get back into this game or overturn this game. I just can't see it happening. But I do remember one game when I was in charge, and we played Arsenal, who absolutely outplayed us here first half. I think it was in the Invincible season, and went 2-0 up. And we scored 2 late goals. Fortunately, one was a penalty, which I think Raymond gave away rather sillily, and Robbie Keane scored to make it 2-2. But you couldn't have envisaged at any stage us drawing. Has to be that type of luck today that Tottenham gets.
Luis Alberto will be the first Liverpool change, but Brendan Rodgers doesn't want to make it immediately. He just told Alberto to put a tracksuit top on again. Here's Chadley for Tottenham, reminding you they are down to 10 men. Paulinho sent off. Straight red card for a challenge on Suarez. Henderson, who has been outstanding for Liverpool, wins the ball again. On by Coutinho for Suarez. Suarez down the left side. Coutinho available. Suarez runs forward into the penalty area. Back it goes to Coutinho. Right foot jump. Just over with Loris Deaton.
Once again, Suarez, Coutinho combination there. Suarez comfortably taking the ball on the inside, putting the ball into Coutinho's feet, and he just swerves that ball wide of the second post.
Well, it could easily be 5 or 6, couldn't it?
But they've been on top. I think Loris has made several good saves. I think the most important thing is, even when Tottenham had 11 men, they didn't test Mignolet, and that's the real story of the day. You know, Liverpool have been so good going forward, where Tottenham really haven't had that penetration, they haven't had that subtlety, and they haven't had Suarez. As simple as that. He's been superb at times.
Mignolet tested mostly by himself and by Saka, who put him under pressure. Coutinho flicks it forward. Henderson's through again. Henderson tries to set up Sterling. Henderson gets the ball back off the defender. Back heel to Suarez. Suarez crosses toward the far post. What a goal from Flanagan! Right-footed, high into the roof of the net. Victory is complete for Liverpool. Tottenham 0, Liverpool 3.
It's a wonderful goal, and the joy of the Liverpool players seeing the young player Flanagan score that third goal. and he took it so well. He's the left back. They're winning 2-0, and he's made up acres of ground to get on the into that box to sweep that ball past Loris. It was wonderful play. It was Henderson that made the forward run into the space. Henderson then on the wide right does a little back heel. Magnificent chip by Suarez. Flanagan comes in and on the half volley drifts the ball past Loris. Absolutely superb team goal, and it's been the team play all afternoon that as a neutral you can only be impressed by. On this performance, Alan, they're a challenger. They're a challenger. A challenge for the Cycles. Yes, of course, on this performance. It's a consistency. Can they keep consistent? Can they play like this on a regular basis? Who knows?
They're at home to Cardiff, 12:45 on Saturday. I think that commentary's on 5 Live. And then on Boxing Day, away to Manchester City. Another test, to say the least.
Yeah. Manchester City will be a hell of a test for them, but they're playing with such a zest, you know. It's very, sometimes when a team is on top of the other team, the easy thing to say is they're working harder, they're quicker. The truth is, they are so much better as a group. They are playing so well together, and they're playing such a fast game. And they're playing against a really good side in Tottenham.
They're not looking a good side.
In the face against good players. They are playing against good players.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tottenham had the ball on the far side of the field, but they've got no hope now. Inside the final 14 minutes, 3-0 down. Ball crossed towards the Liverpool penalty area, headed out by Sacco for Tottenham throw. It's the speed with which Liverpool counter-attack. As you say, the zest, the movement. And, each player of the forward players, usually joined by Henderson, knows precisely where they're going. It's been wonderful to watch. Here's Townsend getting away from Glenn Johnson. Townsend skipping forward, left of the Liverpool penalty, crosses in towards the near post. Skirtle intercepts before it reaches Mignolet, and then Johnson brings it down, and Johnson runs into trouble, but he is fouled by Holby, and Holby reacts. Holby's going to be sent off here.
No, I don't think so. Can't send him off for that. He bashed the ground. He banged the ground, Alan.
No, what I mean is his reaction. He'd just been yellow carded a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Well done, John Walsh. He's basically saying, wise up. Don't react any more than that.
He didn't go to the referee and swear. He didn't. All he did was he beat the ground in frustration, as though to say he disagreed. I don't think that is very. It's nothing for. It's not enough for a yellow card.
Alan is just receiving instruction from Brendan Rodgers. Luis Alberto will come on, and he's going to replace Lucas. Well, Lucas is just getting back from injury, of course, but he's had an excellent game. A very understated performance by the Brazilian.
Yeah, just the extra body in there has given Henderson and Allen the opportunity to play. Henderson's opportunity to make forward runs because he knows that he has behind him the security of Lucas Leiva. 2 Brazilians on the field, isn't it, Alan?
Yep. A few of them. Coutinho, I think, has been a marvellous purchase by Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah.
Compensate me. It was something like $6.5 million from Inter Milan almost a year ago, and he's been outstanding. Now that was a foul by Suarez and Dawson, rightly given by the assistant. Free kick to Spurs. Dawson taps it to Holby. Holby backheels it to Dawson again. Less than a dozen minutes to go. Liverpool, they've had a wretched few years visiting White Hart Lane. Are very happy this late Sunday afternoon. They're leading by 3 goals to nil, and they're well worth it. Up to second in the Barclays Premier League. And Arsenal must be feeling the heat after this weekend. There's not just Chelsea and Manchester City, there's still that pressure from Liverpool. And of course, Everton had another win. Everton only 4 points behind Arsenal.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting finish. And Christmas, of course, is going to make a lot of difference because you need to pick up the points over Christmas. Sometimes the holiday period can make or break the progress.
Throw in for Spurs. Keep reminding you that they're down to 10 men. So that also explains the lack of atmosphere at White Hart Lane, save for the Liverpool fans who can't stop singing. Coutinho rushes forward again. Thinks it through. Didn't get the right pass there. Luis Alberto was in a great position.
Earlier, Alan, I said that Tottenham would be vulnerable on the counter-attack. I could see Liverpool maybe scoring 1 or 2 more goals. When they scored the wonderful goal, I saw Brendan Rodgers turn to his bench and put his hand, all his fingers up, as though he thinks they could get 5.
Well, Tottenham on the attack here, but the ball was behind Lennon. Holtby, well tackled on the far side of the field, and then Holtby reacts.
I think Flanagan's done super. Surprised me. Done very well.
By the way, that was John Flanagan's first senior goal for Liverpool. That's why he celebrated so wildly. Deservedly, it was a terrific strike. Coutinho to Johnson, and now Coutinho again. It's hard to pick out a man of the match for Liverpool. There have been so many good performances. Here's Suarez, centre of the Tottenham half, weaving his way through. Can't squeeze the pass through to Sterling though, and the ball comes back off the defender to goalkeeper Lawrence. Who would you go for as a man of the match?
I didn't think you were going to ask that question, Aaron. I would kill that trophy today. I don't like man of the match. I'd give it to the team. The team performance, I'd let them all share it today.
Good message.
If you were forced, I think Henderson's had a very good game considering that Gerrard's out of the team. I think he's been very important to them. The defenders have coped, so I don't think that's been they've all been adequate. Sterling had a very good first period, and of course Suarez. So it'd be Suarez or Henderson, I think. And your man of the match?
Well, because I've got to say, I haven't always rated him, but he's been a relatively ordinary player. When held up against the likes of Gerrard and Suarez, I think Henderson merits it.
Good.
Very good. Marvellous.
Maybe you can ask the producer what he thinks.
What do you think? He's going for Henderson as well. That's a trio of votes. Coutinho's not far behind. Here's Coutinho. Taps it to the left to Luis Alberto, who was slow to get to the ball. Walker made the challenge, and it comes out off Alberto. It's a throw-in to Tottenham, midway inside their own half. The throw goes straight to Coutinho. Typical of Tottenham against Liverpool today. Allen wins the ball. Coutinho again runs forward. He's got Alberto to his left. He leaves it to the Spaniard. And now Coutinho taps it back to Flanagan. Flanagan in to Henderson. Johnson's available on the near side of the field. Liverpool continue to attack. Not quite with the verve of the first 45 minutes, but that's natural. They know the game's won. But here's Sterling, he could make it 4-0. Oh, he showed far too much of the ball to Lawrence. He makes another save.
I think we can safely say that if we give a man of the match to a Tottenham player, we would agree.
Yes,
we would agree. His movement off his line has been very good, and he's had no chance for the goals.
Lawrence clears it left-footed. I mean, before Henderson's goal, Lawrence made 2 great saves. Firstly from Henderson, and then Suarez. Suarez again for Liverpool. Into Alberto. Coutinho on the far side of the field. Into the penalty. And he falls over. That was just a trip. Not bad on the flare. Just tripped over his own footlaces. Anyway, even the Liverpool fans thought that was funny. Lawrence with possession for Tottenham. Liverpool's last 3 Premier League results: 5-1, 4-1, and currently 3-0. Who do they think they are?
You look at this performance, and you wonder about that game. Was it at Hull recently?
3-1. Aberration.
Aberration, absolutely. And teams do have aberrations, of course. But the top teams play consistently well, continually.
Coutinho to Henderson, on to Flanagan on the far side of the field. Less than 7 minutes to go. Coutinho again. In the absence of Sturridge, what an important role he played. Like this man, Suarez chips it over the goalkeeper. It's goal number 4 for Liverpool. It's goal number 17 of Luis Suarez this season. Fabulous from Liverpool.
I said 4, Alan. Brendan Rodgers says 5. I think he knows best today, because absolutely, as I say, he picked top team performance. Wonderful goal by Suarez. So clever.
Well, you were mentioning to me before
quick for Dawson. Lawrence comes. I think Lawrence might have stayed at home. But whatever he does now, Suarez has the answers. And my worry is not so much this game, because this game's gone and Suarez has been superb. What happens in Brazil? Because I just think he's got so much going for him, this guy.
And, there's a certain player called Cavani who also plays for Uruguay.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I'm so looking forward to that.
Such a small nation.
Oh, I know.
Continually produces top-class footballers.
Outstanding footballers. So, what's the tally now for Suarez? In his last 3 games, including this one, 8 goals.
That's not bad. Some players would be pleased with that, wingers, with the other season.
Luis Suarez, the Liverpool fans chant, and a lot of empty seats around White Hart Lane now.
I want to give credit to Boas today for one thing. He's never moved out of his technical area. He hasn't done much in it. I'm not being funny there, but he hasn't done much in it. But he stood up in that technical area the whole time. He's taken this one on the chin. And always remember Martinez coming here with Wigan, Alan, and losing 9 goals for Wigan.
Tottenham are on the attack, and Middlesbrough has a heavy challenge there on Capu inside the Liverpool penalty area.
I just make that point about Martinez. Got 9 goals, and he never flinched from the technical area the whole time. And it's not easy. You see, so many managers are in that technical area, and as soon as their team get deflated, they go 2 or 3 down, they drop back into amongst the crowd in the box behind them. But he stood up the whole game, the manager of Tottenham.
Inside the final 5 minutes here on 5 Live at the World Service from the BBC. Spurs 0, Liverpool 4. You were mentioning to me that Tottenham victory, the 4-0 victory, with Dale Van Bryan.
It's also against 10 men, incidentally. Tottenham got, I think even Liverpool might have victory 9 men in that game.
They did. There were 2 red cards for Liverpool. 1 red card for Spurs today. Paulinho sent off.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it, how it goes in cycles, yeah.
Really good.
Tottenham was superb that day. They'll have to remind themselves of that one, but it was 2 seasons ago, I think.
Yes, it was.
4-0.
I can't think that Liverpool have played much better than this.
Not away from home.
No.
They played with real finesse, and everything's been good about them. We can't praise them highly enough.
Here's Coutinho, spots the run from Sterling. Sterling, is he onside or offside? Only when he gets to the ball. Will the assistant raise a flag or not? He doesn't. Sterling has the ball, but now he's tackled, and he'll lose it. And then Suarez, of course, tried to win it back, but has to concede it to it. 3 defeats at home now in the last 5 Premier League games here, Tottenham.
Yeah, Newcastle was one, wasn't it? When Newcastle scored the goal on the counter-attack early, and Tottenham were battered away in the second half without being overly impressive.
Well, I honestly thought they probably got over what happened at Manchester City.
And drawing with Manchester United after the Manchester City debacle. Is it debacle or debacle?
Debacle. We'll settle for debacle.
I think it is debacle. I'll agree with you.
Tottenham, Soldado, back to Capu, inside the centre circle, and Capu holding off Allen, going towards the near side of the field, and 8 minutes to go. 2 and a bit, plus added time. Spurs watch a quick pass forward through Walker, but it eludes all the white shirts, and my stopwatch is wrong.
Brendan Rodgers started to won the play-off, and he wouldn't be any prouder of a team performance, I think, under his charge than he's had here today. To come to London, whether it's Arsenal, wherever it is in London, Chelsea, Tottenham, and to win so convincingly and to play so well, must be a highlight of his career.
Well, they didn't play well at Arsenal, and Arsenal played really well. Thoroughly deserved to win that match, Arsenal. They're going to play at Chelsea on the 29th of December. That's a big test. A bigger test still will be Manchester City on Boxing Day at the Etihad. And that's still disrespecting Cardiff and Hull, who are Liverpool's other opponents over the holiday period.
You know, Alan, the pattern of any game is made in the first minutes of a game. And in the first minutes of this game, they were so quick, they were fast to the ball, they were fast on the counter, and I just think that's when they won the game. They got on top so early.
Suarez through the stone, it could be 5, it is 5! That's what Rodgers felt was going to happen, and Liverpool have made it happen. Suarez pass, picked out Raheem Sterling, he was through and goal, Wallace couldn't stop him. Spurs 0, Liverpool 5.
Well, it doesn't surprise me. We said about Tottenham opening up the midfield, then with the man short, it was Capu, I think, or Walker, Capu, who played him onside there. Really at 6s and 7s Tottenham. Dawson's been found wanting a little bit of speed at times at the back. But I think we could talk about any deficiencies in the Tottenham team today, and it would be slightly unfair, because you have to give so much credit to the team in red. They've been absolutely terrific.
Well, Coutinho's going to be substituted by Moses here, and what applause he draws from the Liverpool fans. It's a wonderful, cheap acquisition. I don't know what Inter Milan were thinking in letting him go.
Well, I was on the permit panel, and I'll tell you a little secret when he came in. It's all right now. But Brendan Rodgers spoke on his behalf to win that permit for him to get him in, and you know, he's done superbly well because he was very much a reserve player at the time. So it's good scouting by Liverpool and good faith, you know, in a player from abroad who they thought could add to his team. He's very slight, of course, and I think that was a worry to Brendan when he came in, that he might have not got that physical strength, and he's taken time to settle. Certainly settled today.
Yeah, I think he's got great body strength actually, which I still think is a problem for Raheem Sterling. He can be physically pushed off the ball. Not at the moment though, as he runs forward, he had to be fouled, and it's a free kick to Liverpool. But watch him continue in action. You know, he glides away from any heavy challenge.
You know there'll be a backlash, of course there always is when you're beaten heavily. I mean, it's natural, I think you have to be thick-skinned about it. But Tottenham play West Ham here on Wednesday night in an important cup tie, a very important cup tie, and ABB has some work to do with these players now to lift them, even though a lot of them are international players. You know, they're going to have to be really in the mood for that game. I'm not sure how Sam Allardyce will approach it, having seen this performance and result today, but he would be telling his players, you know, if you take your maximum, you've got a chance. And at the same time, Tottenham have to play better.
We're into 3 minutes of added time, and another thought that's crept into my mind, you know, I was watching the game yesterday, Manchester City and Arsenal. I think, well, that City display, how can anybody match that this weekend? This Liverpool performance is very close.
Alan, I'm just on the score sheet here. I've got Suarez, Henderson. The last 2 goals were Suarez, Sterling. Could you be kind enough to give me the 3rd goal scorer, please?
Flanagan.
It's okay, I'm just checking you out.
Oh, you
actually looked at the scorecard, you see.
Oh, I see, right. He's trying to press good.
No, he's not.
Oh, there he's not. Liverpool 5-0 up.
I think that was the best goal.
Yes, Flanagan's finish.
The movement as well, the whole team.
Everything. Skirtle to Henderson.
Skeleton crowd now as well. Many people drifted away, the Tottenham supporters. Partly the weather, partly the transport, partly Christmas, but more importantly the fact that they've really been humiliated up here today. It's been one of those days, and you're going to have to put it away and forget about it, and hope the game comes quickly, which it does, which is on Wednesday.
Allen to Henderson, on to Suarez. Suarez with 2 goals, remember. He couldn't get another hat-trick.
Whenever Suarez plays the ball, he's immediately on the half-turn and spins and goes into the space. He never stands still after he passes the ball. And they know that he's always seeking a space behind the defenders. So if he plays the ball back like he's just played to Sterling, he's immediately on the move to try and get off the shoulder of the centre-back.
Around 30 seconds of added time remaining here at White Hart Lane. It's been a dreadful afternoon for Tottenham, but a marvellous performance by Liverpool. 5-0. They could have had other goals without question. The first half in particular, they were exhilarating. The verve with which they played, the incision, the passing. Here they are again on the attack. Flanagan to Suarez. Suarez into the penalty area. Taps it to his left. The cross comes in, it's right across the face of goal. Flanagan was up there, a yard from the goal line. They tried to play. There's the final whistle. What a game. What a Liverpool performance. A masterclass.
Yeah, you've got the right word, Alan. The masterclass, the display of exhilarating football. Speedy, purposeful, with brilliant individual touches in between. A convincing win in a Premiership game is not easy. Never easy away from home. But Liverpool have produced a superb away performance today. They've counter-attacked splendidly. They started the game at such a fast pace. They used the outside right, Sterling good, well. His trickery was put Tottenham on the back foot right early on in the game. And then there was always Suarez to torment Spurs all afternoon. I think the physios will have to get the aspirins out.
And I think Arsenal know that they've got a right fight in their hands, albeit from a position 2 points clear at the Barclays Premier League table tonight. Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester City and Everton are just breathing down their throats. Final score at White Hart Lane, Spurs 0, Liverpool 5.